Hello and welcome to the Tottenham America channel. Today, Tottenham kicked off their 2025-2026 Premier League campaign against Burnley at home at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium and came away with a huge win.
A big 3 points for us at home, starting off Frank's Premier League campaign, courtesy of 2 Richarlison goals and 1 Brennan Johnson goal. It was a great performance from pretty much every single player. They did their job today. Especially Richarlison and Kudus, the notable duo. Kudus with 2 assists, Richie with 2 goals. Sar was also great today. A lot of bright spots.
I agree. The entire game plan that the style that we had against PSG, we basically replicated it today. And they're 2 completely different teams. I mean, we played against a very low block today, and I guess one of the concerns from a lot of people was how would we handle low blocks coming into the season, because we haven't played a low block in preseason. We played Newcastle, we played Arsenal, we played PSG, we played Bayern Munich. We didn't really play a low block with a full squad. So people did have questions about how we'd play. And yet we were dominating that first half, but it wasn't like, we were dominating and we couldn't break through. We could break through that first half. So I'd say whatever Frank did today really worked really well. And yeah, switching to a back 4 and that midfield. I think that midfield was the key.
The midfield was superb. And I was quite surprised when he started Gray and Bergvall. But then I was like, this makes sense. He's resting Bentancur and Palhinha. Both who Palhinha was on for at least 70 minutes, maybe more in the cup, and Bentancur played the entire 90 minutes plus the penalty shootout. So I think resting them was a good decision. And I think Frank knows that he has to put in some rotation. And I think he's gonna if I'm predicting this right, I think we should see the least amount of injuries under Frank. Because if you see it, the way he rotates players, other managers such as, I guess, Postecoglou, and before him especially, we would run these players into the ground and they'd get injured constantly.
But this is also the first time we've had a squad like this.
Yeah, this is the first time we've had this squad depth in a long time. Probably since Poch.
Before Poch. I mean, even
Poch.
During Poch, we had the first team, but behind the first team, there was nothing. I think this is the first time where, if one of Gray or Sar or Bergvall were to fall out, you have an immediate replacement. And this is forgetting about Kulusevski, Madison, Bissouma. I don't know what his future looks like at the club, but might as well include him right now. That's just not even thinking about them. We've still got such incredible depth in midfield. Same goes for our center backs. I think the only concern spots that I really see are the left back position and wingers. We're okay in wingers.
I would say wingers were fine. The thing I would really worry about is left back, because right now, Udogie technically is our only left back, and we really have no one to cover Porro or Spence when Udogie's injured.
Yep.
That's the only issue. So I think we need to bring a fullback in. Once we get Eze in, we'll be set on our wingers.
And Savinho's still it's still on the books. No one knows what's going on.
He wasn't included in the Manchester City squad today, so I doubt he'll go to another club other than Spurs. It's probably either stay at City or come to Spurs.
Yeah.
So I think Eze is more likely, almost done pretty much. Eze, Savinho is still there. I think Tottenham still have to hire their bid a little bit, but we're looking really good, and I think this squad depth will help us so much, since we're gonna be playing in Champions League, right?
Yep.
And
Champions
not to
League.
forget, we also have a lot of injuries right now, but it doesn't seem like it. But not only is this influx of players this season gonna help us competing in different competitions, it's also gonna get better performances out of a lot of our players, because let's say someone like Solanke, right? Last season, Richarlison was injured a bunch. We didn't have really anyone else at that striker position. He wasn't getting any competition. Now look at Richarlison now. Solanke's gonna have to work really hard if he wants to get that starting spot back.
Yeah. I mean, I think it says a lot about the team's performance when the worst player by the eye test was Romero, because he misplaced 6 passes in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
He was incredible apart from that, but that for those 6 minutes he misplaced 3 or 4 passes, and he was probably the worst player on the pitch, which says levels about how everyone was today. I mean, people are going to point out the obvious ones. Sar was a machine in midfield. That guy runs and runs and runs, and Richarlison and Kudus. My shout was for Porro. Pedro Porro's long balls were crucial to the way we attacked today.
Him and Kudus, he always tried to find Kudus, and Kudus is a type of player, even if he doesn't get the ball at his feet, right? he's gonna find a way to use his physicality and use his work rate to just get to the ball, maybe win a foul or get a little rough and come away with the ball.
And we saw that against the Super Cup. When Van de Ven scored, that was the only reason. It was because Kudus, I feel like Johnson and other wingers would have given up because there's 2 PSG players. Kudus sticks himself in there, wins the foul, and then suddenly we've scored a goal. So that's going to become really, really crucial, especially as we play like Liverpool and Arsenal and teams that really set us on the back foot. That's going to be our inroad for the chances. And that's why I think Eze is going to be important, and I really hope we can get Savinho, because Savinho's a very similar form to Kudus.
Yeah, and if we get them, our squad depth would be incredible. Another thing I really like about Frank is how he puts trust in the youngsters, similar to Postecoglou, as he gave Gray and Bergvall the start today. And with them stepping up, and you could even include Sarr here, right? And Odegaard too. With these younger players stepping up, when Kulusevski and Madison come back from injury, they're really gonna have to fight for their spot.
Oh yeah.
Because I think, obviously we have Sarr, right? He's kind of been taking up the number 10 role. When Madison comes back, he's gonna have to really compete with Sarr for that position.
But all in all, incredible game plan. I mean, executed perfectly. 3-0 is exactly the scoreline you want to have against like promotion sides like Burnley, who are gonna set up very defensively. I mean, it's at this point it's in their blood. I know Sean Dyche isn't there, it's Scott Parker now, but it's basically in their blood. But let's talk about individual performances. Richarlison, oh my God, that guy is incredible.
That second goal was so good. Reminded me of the one he scored for Brazil against Serbia in the 2022 World Cup.
Yep, I think that was the goal of the tournament that game, that World Cup. But he looks like a different man this year compared to last year.
And he's someone that I think he gets very messed up mentally a lot of times. But I think him getting playtime in preseason, and him scoring this early on, getting a brace, is gonna really help him mentally. And I think Frank has taken a liking to him a lot because of his work rate.
Yeah.
If you saw in that Super Cup final, as soon as Kudus and Richarlison came on, we got Solanke and Tell, right? Everything fell apart because they didn't bring that same work rate, right? But Kudus and Richarlison, their work rate, just incredible. Richarlison, I think just how he gets in those dangerous positions, like he would be lurking in the box and Pedro Porro will swing across in. It might not be a beautiful goal, but he'll always try to find a way to get on the end of it. That's what I love about Richarlison.
And then Kudus. My God, Kudus and Richarlison are moving like Kane and Son. The way they were linking up today, they were on the same wavelength. Kudus is such a good winger to have. And, I mean, I don't know how likely Savinho is, but even just having Kudus on that right side, lob Johnson on the left, put Richarlison up there, and just get Kudus to throw a couple balls into the box, and you've got goals on your platter. I mean, Johnson is just goal. That's it. Like he'll drop the biggest stinker, not stinker, but biggest no-show game, and then he'll come up with a goal. That's his speciality, and I think that's going to come really helpful. But you need a winger on the other side who's going to create, like Savinho, like Kudus, like Odegaard, even as he gets better and better. But that's it for our reactions and our thoughts on the first game of the season against Burnley. If you enjoyed and want to see more Spurs content, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Comment down below what you thought about the game and how you think the Frank era at Tottenham is going to go. Thomas the Frank Engine, choo-choo. Thanks for watching, and until next time.
Come on, you Spurs!